Hello from wherever you are, and welcome to Let's Play Games. I'm John McFarland, Adult Services Librarian for National Public Libraries, and I hope you'll join me in learning or rediscovering some of the more common and uncommon games out there. Today is going to be a special mini edition, a game not enough for a full episode, but enough to show you because it's one of my favorite classics. Today, we're going to be talking about President. Let's get stuck in. So President is one of those quick-fire games that you can really have a lot of fun with, and you don't have to worry about a stock or a stash because everybody is getting all of the cards at once. Well, subdivisions of it. But I need to take you through a fun change that turns traditional games on its head. We're familiar with ace-high games, where the ace is the highest card, or ace-low games, ace being the low card. But what if I told you that this game, ace is neither? It's the second highest ranking card. The most important card is a 2. So the way that this game is going to work is the 3 is going to be our lowest ranking card. And we're going to go all the way up to count. Oh, I missed a 10 there. There we go. Queen, king, then we've got ace, then we've got 2. So in our ranking system, the 2 is the highest card. What we're going to be doing is everybody is going to have an even number of cards. We're going to be playing 1 card per round. The highest card wins. You're trying to get rid of these cards as quickly as possible. Now, I'm sure you're wondering, how could you possibly do that? Especially when everyone's getting the same number of cards. I'm so glad you asked. As a part of your hands, I'm going to go ahead and you can play multiples of something, and you can force your opponents to play multiples of something else. So say I have 3 kings in my hand. I want to get rid of all of them at the same time. So what I do is I would play 3 kings. Now let's say we move to me. I don't have any 3 of a kind. But what am I supposed to do? I can't. I cannot do anything. And you are going by the highest card. So you're trying to use your dump cards over here and then add in more as we go along. I promise, work with me. This will make sense. But the idea is using your cards together to lead with your dump card and then be able to keep your aces and 2s, your pairs, your triplets, and yes, 4 of a kind, because it is always possible, to lead. Once we get through that, then I'll add the twist of President. So what we're going to do, like we always do, is we're going to get these cards together and we are going to shuffle. And as always, I like showing how to shuffle. You're going to split the deck into 2. You're going to hold it with your thumbs there and you're just going to slowly let go. Try to avoid a paper cut, which does happen sometimes if you have the wrong kind of cards. Thankfully, we're going to avoid that today. So what we're going to then do is each player is going to get 1 card at a time until we've given away the whole hand. And now we're going to do all the way around. Now, 1 second. Let me finish dealing. Let me finish organizing. And then I'll show you where we're at. 1 second. So, welcome to the deal. I am going to go through all of this one at a time. Let's go over each person's hand and see what their kind of strengths and weaknesses are. I will go ahead and tell you that the 3 of clubs is the first card, this dump card that we're going to start with. The next card that's going to be played has to be higher than that number or equaling that number. So if there's another 3, you can dump the 3. But it does mean if someone plays a 7, you can't play a 3, a 4, a 5, or a 6. You can only play 7 and higher, up to the point of going all the way to 2s. So 4 2s, in theory, is one of the highest cards you could possibly play, because we're going for duplets, triplets, quadruplets when you can help it. So now, notice that each player has a couple strong suits. A lot of dump cards here, but a lot of 2s. So they at least have 3 of what are the 8 highest ranking cards. It's not a bad way to start your hand. Oh, I forgot to mention this pair of jacks, this pair of 7s. And technically a pair of 3s is a strong start because let's say that I want to force people to play pairs. I can put down 2 3s right at the start. You can't play anything unless you play pairs. And considering I had these 2s, if you can win off this ace, notice how it's one of those strategic scaling kind of games. But at its core, I've put them in the correct order of how strong to weak their cards are. Notice there are some triplicates out here. Our triple 10, our triple 9 that is here. And by the way, you do have to play something unless you can't. Because if you can't play anything, then, well, you're skipped over. There are also versions of this where if you play a 3, the next person skipped. So if I played a 3, this person who could play a double is automatically skipped. I would actually end up probably winning this round unless I could play a pair of 3s or higher, which is more than possible. Notice that means that these 9s and 10s here, you really want to see if you can hold on to, if you can help it. So, this 3 of clubs, this is where it's going to be played. They've gotten rid of one of their cards. The goal here is not to collect the most cards, it is just to get out first. So this person now has a choice. They can kind of escalate, they can make it a pair situation. So let's say they want to get rid of this pair of 5s. So now it's escalated to where a pair is in play. You have to play a pair that is higher than these 5s. Well, luckily this person has a pair of jacks. This person has a pair of kings. So now this person has the highest stack left. Can you tell that this is going to be a quick game? This is why I love it, because it scales so fast. This person can't play anything. So at this point, everything is just in a discard pile. We're going to take that off screen for a moment. Now, this person's the one with the initiative. Remember those triplicates? That comes into play real fast because you just got rid of a whole bunch of cards. Those triple 9s, they obviously don't know what the other people have. None of this can be played unless you can match a triplicate. So you're going to discard this, and they're going to have that initiative again. I'll play a 3. Let's say for the sake of conversation that it does skip them. We'll play it like that to start off. This person can play a 4. This person can play, they're going to actually, let's go ahead and say they play that pair in their hand. So they're going to play that duplicate, where now only duplicates can be played. This person has 2 8s because this person doesn't have a pair. This person doesn't have a pair. That person, now technically what I can do, I'm dumping it. So I have won this hand, and now I'm gonna keep going. This pair of 3s can't play anything. This person's got a pair of 6s. This person actually could play that matching pair of 6s if they wanted to. They're gonna try and do that. Nothing, nothing. Here is where the person has no choice, but instead of getting to play the triplicate, which they really would have liked to do, they can at least get rid of 2 of the cards. Now it's of 9s, can't do anything here. So play then continues on. Notice how fast this game goes. Now this person can start with a 4, 7. They can't do anything, so they've got to put down this king. Now it's the ace or the 2. They're going to put down, they're going to bank on getting a 2, because the only thing that can now at least usurp it is a pair of 2s. We're not going to have that, so we're going to move on. Now, this person gets to drop what card they want, and it just continues on escalating in as much as one can. We're going to bring out the pairs for fun. Can't do anything here. Nothing gets dumped. And very quickly you're going to realize that this person actually is in one of the best possible positions. Because now, if they're starting off all the hands and this person can't play anything, they're in for a world of hurt. Queen, they're going to put in this ace. They're going to put in this ace. They pretty much have no choice, but they can at least match it, which does some of the damage. 5, 9, queen, ace, can't, can. So this is where play goes on around to where now they can play the king. They know there's not much left. This person skipped, this person skipped, this person skipped. Person goes, once again, out. So we're gonna have this person be ace. I'm gonna keep that because they're the first to finish, because this is gonna matter massively here in a moment. Then you continue on with the next player in sequence. 4, 9, jack, can't play anything, can play. So let me find a 2 real quick. There's our 2. And then here you've got this 5, jack. Technically at this point, it doesn't matter that you would win here, it's the fact that this person went out. This is sometimes the way that the game ends up being a little unlucky. So what I'm gonna do here is 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're gonna reshuffle. And from here, this is the fun twist that comes out of President. I'm gonna shuffle, I'm gonna deal, and I'll be right back. All right, redealt. I wanna look at these hands again before I give you the fun. Reminder, first, second, third, fourth. Notice the person who finished first, their hand is not looking great. There's no kings, there's no aces, there's no 2s. They've got a lot of midpoint cards, which is not bad. The person who finished second has a little bit more to work with. Not that many dump stats, so a fairly even hand for somebody who finished second. The person who finished third, not doing super great, but not terrible overall. They at least have no 3s. They can probably win 1 or 2. Funnily enough, the person who finished fourth has probably some of the best hands, mostly because they have all of those 2s. Would be a shame if something happened to them. That's what happens in President with the second round. You use the rank to determine what happens. So the person who is in first place is going to give their 2 worst cards to the player who finished fourth. We're just to add those in there. The person who finished fourth is going to give their 2 best cards to first place. Second and third, it's just going to be switching the 1 card. So they're going to give here. This person now has 3 aces, and this person gets a grody 3. Play then continues on as normal. So there's a little incentive to strategize and try and be first place. Turnabout is completely fair play here. So we'll go ahead again, and let's see how that impacts the way we play. So 3, 4. They're going to go ahead and start working on the pairs. They've got more pairs to work with. This person is a pair of 7s. This person is a pair of queens. This person has a pair of kings. No pairs of aces, but at least that can be matched. So notice how the person who finished third got rid of 4 cards in one fell swoop. Now, this person still won because it was the highest hand originally played, but now this means you can get rid of those darn aces. Can't match, and can't match. Now they can play 6s, so we've got another pair situation. 8s are going on. 10s, and then nothing else. So notice this person went from quite a few cards to not as many, and they've still got a little bit of fun stuff they can play with. So this person obviously is going to dump here, and then there's going to be pair. So any sort of pair situation shows up again. And this person feels confident dropping the pairs because they still have the twos available. They can't do anything higher than the jack. So this person's going to play the 4. This person's going to match and make it a pair. Can't do anything, can't do anything, can't do anything, can do something. So they continue that kind of control of 5, trying to really get rid of some of these cards while they can. 7, 7, 9. You can keep escalating it. 9 matches, 9 matches, 9 matches, and then 10. They have to play a king, queen. They have to play an ace. This person has to play a 2. Now notice what happened with that entire round, that everything suddenly ended up with, oh look, the person who finished 3rd is probably going to finish 2nd here. Why? 10, queen, not bad. Can't play anything, can't drop the card. So the person who finished 1st is finishing 1st again. And this person can play the 2 at least. But this also means that they have to play this pair here to try and keep themselves in contention. They're going to win again. Plays it. So 1st, 2nd, it's still matched. Can't do anything with jack, but they can do with 8. So technically this round things finished exactly the same as last time, but it was noticeably very close to where you're going to play around, you're going to do the same thing again, and you're going to play to an agreed upon number of rounds. You can also assign points to have it where it's 2, 1, -1, -2, and play to an agreed number of points. Now, wait a minute, one more thing before we go. I forgot to talk about the 4 of a kind. 4 of a kind is what we call a revolution. At this point, the power is reversed. Nothing changes about the order, but the winner of a handed round, the 3 suddenly becomes the most powerful card. So if somebody in 4th place who just exchanged all their cards now has a 4 of a kind, the tables have turned. And this happens fairly often. Another rule that you could possibly use that I've seen happen a lot is that an 8 played is an automatic reset that person is, treated as like a wild card. So there's multiple different fun little house rules you can play upon it. Figure out what works for you and your agreed upon players, and you can have hours of fun with this game alone. This one is a fast-paced game where you can keep on playing it till just about any agreed upon amount. This, in a sense, is President. That's all the time I have for today. Thanks for tuning in to this mini edition. Be sure to check out some of the full episodes and other coming mini edition episodes on our NPL YouTube page. Also, look for some of these on the NECAT channel and look out for some great public access programming. I'll see you next time.